Welcome back. This is Arnav Chaudhary on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. It's another live watch along today. It's FC Goa versus Inter Kashi FC, and it's the debut of Inter Kashi in the Indian Super League versus the now double Super Cup defending champions FC Goa at the Fatorda, and Crystal John is the referee for this encounter. So after Mohun Bagan beating Kerala Blasters 2-0. It's the second game of this ISL campaign. And let's wait and see what happens. FC Goa playing in their traditional blue shorts, orange jerseys, and orange stockings, while Inter Kashi are playing in a combination of white shorts, black jersey, and black stockings. And Shanlata says, my favorite team, my hometown first ever ISL match. Can't believe my Varanasi playing top tier league. First match against India, ACL2 representative. Yes, that's the case. And guys, if you're watching, if you're liking, again, leave a like behind, leave a share behind. Support the channel, and thanks a lot for those of you who have joined into Arun Foot early on. More than 20,000 views of the Mohun Bagan versus Kerala Blasters game. And that's a foul. There's a gone player down, played out towards Boris, but the ball goes out for a throw-in for Inter Kashi. So interesting to see how these two teams approach this encounter, this game. As we see, there are not too many people at the Fator. They're really disappointing. Would have thought a few more fans might have joined this game, or should have joined this game, I should rather say. And it will be interesting to see how these two play, because in the Super Cup, different circumstances. Habas wasn't there. The number of foreigners weren't there. Also for Inter Kashi, there were more foreigners also with FC Goa at the time. So therefore, that needs to be remembered. So therefore, that will be very interesting to see what these two teams can play. And with Moreno wanting to stay, and with Drazic not moving away, that means those two foreigners have remained in a lineup which has Ritik Tiwari, Boris Singh, Sandesh Chingan as captain, Paul Moreno, Akash Sangwan as a left back, Ayush Chetri and Prachit in defensive midfield, Udanta Singh and Bryson on the wings, Dejan Drazic as a sort of playmaker, and Mohamed Nemil starting off as the striker, not Ishan Pandita, as certain people thought and expected. So that, so to say, the starting lineup of FC Goa. And on the other side, if I look at Inter Kashi and their lineup, second, Inter Kashi's lineup has Luis Taris Campos in goal. So the first time, I think, in a decade that a foreign goalkeeper starts in the ISL. Narendra Gehlot, Nishchal Chandan, Sandeep Mandi, and Prabhi Das in defense, an all-Indian one. Sergio Lamas Pardo as captain in midfield with Haubam Tomba Singh, Alfred Planas Moya, Prashant K, Rohit Danu, and Anauris Vitkizisius in defense. Campos collecting the ball. Prashant. Interesting to see if the lineups clearly matches the formations that they've got. And you've got on the bench Shubham Das, Sumit Pasi, Karthik, David, Ashish, Assis, Jayesh, Rane, Wayne Vas, and Nishu Kumar. So it's quite a bit of experience on that Inter Kashi bench. Will be interesting to see. And that is what we will see in this encounter, as FC Goa has the ball once again. Paul Moreno with the ball. Sangwan, Sandesh in there as well. So interesting to see how they play and do in this game, so to say. Inter Kashi with a counter-attacking move. Ball with Moya. Good save there from Ritik Tiwari. First attempt from Inter Kashi in the ISL ever, after just little over 5 minutes. Moya might have gone wide, but again, better not to take any chances. Inter Kashi with the ball. Tomba Singh plays it out to Mandi, Sandeep Mandi. Nishchal Chandan. Narendra Gehlot. Nishchal tries to chip it forward for Rohit Danu, who's joined from BFC. Conversely, very much disappointing. Yeah. I don't know much on AFC Cup. Yeah, maybe. Depends on timings. Vipla Paul, there is no Desi link. I can share you the global link that I have for YouTube, where fan code is showing it outside of India and elsewhere. So I can share that link with you guys. And as always, as I like to say, like, share, and subscribe arunfoot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias. Visit arunfoot.com. And let's keep on growing the community. We stand at 3,770 today. Thanks a lot. More than 20 people who've joined our community. And if I see in the back end, more than 22,000 views of our Mohun Bagan versus Kerala Blasters watch-along. And hopefully this one will also get its viewers. First attempt for FC Goa. No problem for Luis Campos. FC Goa. Surely favorites going into this match. Inter Kashi will try and do something. Nice little turn from Moya. Plays it out to Rohit Danu. Rohit Danu. Cross to Tomba. Narendra. Nischal. Looking for Moya. Rohit Danu on the left. Moya. Blocked by Udanta. What is expected from Alfred Planas Moya? Shandip Mondi. Counter-attacking move. Bryson Fernandez. Plays it for Drazic, but intercepted by Inter Kashi, who have the ball back again. Captain Pardo. Plays it to Rohit Danu. Rohit Danu on the wings. Rohit Danu against Boris. Rohit Danu with an attempt. Good shot from Rohit Danu. Clearance from Ritik Tiwari. Rohit Danu showing what he is capable of. And Ritik Tiwari can't be happy with his defenders because Boris did not intervene. Foreign goalkeeper, no. Foreign centre back for Inter Kashi, a bit risky. Omni, yeah, but again, I would also say their problem was, I think they didn't find the appropriate Indian goalkeeper. So their problem was after Arindam retired last season that they didn't have the appropriate goalkeeper, and therefore that thing most probably makes sense for them for this moment. Let's see. Corner to be taken by Sergio Pardo. Shot, that's an attempt. Just wide. Former junior India international Narendra Gehlot gets a good touch, and one of the Gaus clears it. Another corner. 9 minutes played. Goa nil, Inter Kashi nil. Cleared. Bryson loses the ball. Goa win the ball back. Bryson now on the loses the ball against Tomba. Inter Kashi doing well so far. Moya looking at options. Wins a free kick against Ayush. So far, Inter Kashi doing good in their first few minutes in the history of the club in the Indian Super League. Sergio Lamas Pardo with the free kick, the captain. Maybe another chance. Nice ball there. That could be a chance. The goal's clear. Inter Kashi keep the ball. Tomba. And that's a little too optimistic from Rohit Danu. Antonio Lopez Habas will surely be happy with what his men have played in the first 10, 11 minutes of this encounter. To me, yeah, FC Goa have to do more. Of course, this is a different FC Goa than what we are used to in the Indian Super League with only Paul Moreno and Dejan Drazic as foreigners in this team. Might it hurt the Goas if they don't strengthen themselves? Inter Kashi win the ball again, but it's going to be a throw-in for the Gores. Boris to take it. Back to Sandesh. Across to Akash Sangwan. Bryson, Akash. Paul Moreno across to Boris. Udanta. Only a throw-in given. Yeah, it's a challenge. The Gores getting into the opponent's half, combining Nemil, Drazic, looking for Danta, cleared by Sandeep Mandi. Moya. To Danu. Lamas. Moya. And they lose the ball. Dejan Drazic. Drazic to Udanta, but that's cleared by Sandeep Mandi for a throw-in for FC Goa. Sandesh Chingan. Ball forward. Chested. And then a Galot to his keeper. Ball forward for Inter Kashi. Oh, they run into each other. Chance for FC Goa to break. Mohamed Nemil. Can this be the breakthrough season for the talented striker and attacker? Udanta. Sorry, Boris. Back to Udanta. Sandesh Chingan. Moreno. For Moreno. Prachit. Young Prachit. Loses the ball. Inter Kashi. And it's a throw-in for FC Goa. Nearly 14 minutes played at the Fatorda between these two. FC Goa lose the ball once again. There's a foul against Probir Das. Of course, has history at FC Goa. Oh, yeah, that's a whack from the Andrazic. Probir Das, an Indian Arrows product. Spent time at the Gores. Has won titles at Mohun Bagan. It has been a journeyman in the last few years. BFC, Blasters, Mumbai City, and now Inter Kashi. Tomba. Nishchal. Tomba. Across to Probir Dash. Probir Dash looking for Prasant, but that touch wasn't good. Throw in for FC Goa. Paul Moreno. Across to Sandesh Jingan. Back to Moreno. Inter Kashi intercept. Maybe a chance to break, but Nauris Petkevičius not really in the game so far. The Lithuanian striker. Challenge once again from Inter Kashi. We're not allowing the Gauls to combine and play their football. Rohit Danu. Rohit Danu keeps the ball. Moya. Rohit Danu showing glimpses of the talent that the young player has. Narendra. Tomba. Takes it back to Nishchal Chandan. Narendra Galot. Probir. Nishchal, of course, has experience in Goa, having played for Churchill Brothers. Narendra Galot. Probir. Back to Nishchal Chandan. Sandeep Mandi. Yeah. Inter Kashi slowing down things, playing on themselves. Nishchal with the chip for Rohit Danu. Moya gets it to Rohit Danu. Back to Moya. That's cleverly done. Moya with the ball into the middle and cleared by the Gauls. Ayush Chetri keeps the ball, plays it back to Sandesh. Paul Moreno. Akash Sangwan. Prachit. Across to Boris. Why haven't FC Goa bought enough foreigners? Because Pranjal, they wanted to cut costs. And according to their logic, cutting costs meant that they would not be signing any additional foreigners. They had the option to release all of them. Paul Moreno wanted to stay. Dejan Razic looked at offers, didn't have anything. They took a pay cut and they've stayed. That's the reason. Very simple. FC Goa combining Razic, Dejan Razic, doesn't take a shot, plays it to Udanta. Udanta plays it back to Boris. Sandesh. Paul Moreno. Back with Prachit. Moreno. Prachit. Paul Moreno. Akash Sangwan. Back to Paul. Across to Sandesh Chengan. Inter Kashi deep in their half. Udanta beats Rohit Danu. Plays it to Ayush Chetri. Across to Dejan Drazic, who's come across to the right. Drazic looked for a cross. Drazic gets it across to Boris, keeps it. Sandeep Mandi and Drazic earns the corner against the left back. Sandeep Mandi. Sorry. Corner. Dejan Drazic. Shot to Mohamed Nemil. Across to Boris. Boris chips it into danger. Headed out by Inter Kashi. And that is a throw-in. Mohamed Nemil leaves it for Boris. Sandesh Singh. Akash Sangwan. Back to Sandesh. Boris. Udanta. Plays it back to his keeper, Ritik Tiwari. We're closing in on the 20th minute mark. Goa now in a phase of control. Prachit lost his ball. The ball. Nice ball forward. That just looked offside to me. Yeah, given. I think Bryson Fernandez. Yeah, it is Bryson Fernandez who was offside. Free kick. Inter Kashi. Nischal. Tomba. Pardo. Sorry, Moya. Narendra. Looking for Prashant. Prashant. Yeah, able to keep. Nah, lost it, and that's a foul. Prashant saying, oh, and even getting a yellow card for that foul against young Prachit. Yeah, you've earned it. You're way too late. Hi, Vaman. I have posted here in the chat the link, YouTube. That's where, for this weekend at least, fan code are showing the matches. Sandesh Jingan. Boris forward to Nemel. No, sorry, Ayush Chetri loses it against Tomba. Cleared by Inter Kashi, but Paul Moreno is there. Sandesh. Across to Boris. Sandesh. Paul Moreno. Back to Sandesh. Prachit loses the ball. Chance maybe for Inter Kashi to break. Played backwards. Tomba. Bad pass. Intercepted by Udanta. Dejan Drazic. Maybe now he has a little bit of speed. Drazic. Plays it out to Bryson. Bryson plays it to Drazic. Back to Akar Sangwan. Paul Moreno. Sandesh Chingan. Udanta. Loses the ball to Moya. Alfred Planas Moya. Rohit Danu has the ball. Looking for Prashant. Wins it. And Paul Moreno wins it against Petkevikius. Back with the Gores. Prachit. Sandesh. Boris. Boris. Not a clean pass for Mohammad Nemir to get to. Chance for a counter. Sandesh gets it at Rohit Danu and plays it back to his keeper. Ritik Tiwari. Yeah, both defenses. Just get up a sec. Both defenses are clear of their duties, are clear of what they need to do. Ritik Tiwari with a long kick. But no chance for Udanta to get to it. Nearly 24 minutes played, still goalless between FC Goa and Inter Kashi, who are playing here on their debut. Sandeep Mandi. Looking for Rohit Danu, intercepted by Boris. Boris charging forward, but doesn't get to his man. There were 5 Inter Kashi players around where the ball went. Lovely played. And that will be offside, I guess, Prashant, yeah. I guess Prashant was offside. Let's see that replay again. No replay, sadly, on this one. Yeah. FC Goa lose the ball. Ball played to the keeper, Campos. Tomba. Moya looking for Rohit Danu and Boris. That's the arm is up by Rohit Danu against Boris. Should be a foul. No, not given. Throw in. Oh, lucky. Moya with the turning shot. Cleared by Ritik Tiwari. Bryson. Bryson to Dejan Drazic. A little bit of speed now for the Gauls. Dejan Drazic on the left. Dejan Drazic in the middle finds Bryson, who's looking to play it back to Drazic, but wins it back. Plays it back to Akash Sangwan and headed out by Mandi. Drazic. Boris. Prachit, sorry. Prachit. Young Prachit. Plays it across to Sangwan. Ayush Chetri. Bryson. Ayush. Looking at Drazic. Ayush Chetri. Plays it across to Mohamed Nemel, loses it. Boris with an attempt. Way wide. Way off target from Boris Singh. 26 plus minutes played. Have to do better. The Gores. That was not good enough from Boris Singh. And those of you who are watching, if you're liking this watch along, do leave a like behind. Share it with others. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, 3772 is where we stand at this moment in time. Thank you all for subscribing. Ritik Tiwari with the long ball cleared by Inter Kashi. Throw in FC Goa. Decent game so far, yeah. Siddharth, I would say that as well. Anupam and Inter Kashi look really good on the ball. Also off it, attacking numbers, also maintaining defensive structure. Yeah, it looks good. No voice coming, is it? Oh, I hope it is. I hope it's working. One sec. I hope you can hear me. Okay, Anupam says all good on his end. Yeah, Inter Kashi again. Typical Haba side, well organized, looking to attack on the wings. Rodano better than Prashant so far. Petkevikios has not been a factor. Moya has had a few situations. Sergio Lamas and Tomba Singh good in defensive midfield. Mr. Chandan, Narendra Gehlot, not really tested. Narendra Gehlot even having a chance up front from the corner. So from that side, yeah, Inter Kashi have been doing well. Boris on the right. Plays it back to Udanta, who's dropped. Sandesh, Paul Moreno. Yeah, Goa not clear what they should do to try and build up. A lot of square passes. Hava's tactics with Inter Kashi seems different. Yeah, Siddharth, agreed to that. It's also, I guess, the quality of players he has. And impressed with Inter Kashi so far, I have to say. Rohit Danu, someone I had seen in his younger days, Indian Junior International also. Someone who's not really made the cut. I was not happy with the linesman giving a throw in to FC Goa. It's a little over 30 minutes. The drinks break at the Fatorda, and both these two Spanish tacticians, I would think that Habas will be the happier of the two. But Manolo knows what job he has on hand. Arindamda and Habas look animated good, yeah. Very true. Inter Kashi are doing all right. Hitesh, I don't think they're doing all right. They're doing actually quite good, I would say. Right? To go to the Gores after you'd lost to them a few months back, 3-0. Yeah, it looks good. Right? And the reality is that the best chances have actually been, as they're showing the replays, shot from Rohit Danu. The better chances have been, and then the shot from Moya have actually been with Inter Kashi, right? And two foreigners only, in my opinion, does make a difference. Even though, and Dejan Drazic can be influential, you know, uh, you know. So therefore, Bryson also needs to do more. Mohamed Nemir, not much to be seen. So therefore, these are things. So I just fought with a guy on Instagram. He was advising other people to watch the match on YouTube by using VPN. Someone good. Though, again, this is something which I find very, very cheap. All of us need to find means and ways of, how to support Indian football and the Indian Super League. And I think it's not right for anyone to suggest to people to try and watch it on some illegal streams or illegal means and ways. Now the Inter Kashi looks like drill team with compact, which is compact and structured. Yeah. Kumar, I'd agree. We just discussed that. So far, again, a typical Habas team, very, very organized, but with an attacking intent when needed. And I'm liking, especially the way Rohit Danu is playing on his wing and combining with Moya. I think Alfred Planas Moya and Rohit Danu are the two most attacking minded people. Anarul, if you're looking for the match link for the international feed, which is from fan code, then the link is in the chat. Go a little up and under my name, you'll see I posted that link. And if you're looking for a local Indian link, either watch it on Sony or buy yourself the fan code pass. Boris can't get to the ball. Throw in Inter Kashi. 33 minutes done. Still goalless at the Fatorda. And as I say, Inter Kashi the happier of the two with this, not only result, but the way that Inter Kashi is playing. As they go, need to find their feet, need to find their style. The Gores can be better, need to be better. Maybe a chance there. And that's a good save from Luis Torres Campos. Very, very good save from the Spaniard. Don't know who it was. Was it Mohamed Nemel? Yeah, slipping in there. But the Spaniard not only kept the ball out, but got it to the side and then collected it. What a save. Set another, yeah. Anurul, I'm watching. I'm in Germany, so I'm watching it via the official fan code YouTube video. So therefore, I am watching it via that. Inter Kashi again with their controlled build-up at the back. Mr. Chandan Tomba with a chip towards the strikers. Rohit Danu towards Petkivicius, cleared by the Gores. Petkivicius Uh, and he wins a free kick against Ayush Chetri. Not much action from Petkevičius so far. Lithuanian striker, yeah. It's a simple foul. Free kick, 36th minute for Inter Kashi. Kick to be taken by their captain, Sergio Lamas Pardo, into the box, cleared by Paul Moreno. Tomba back with the ball in the box, cleared again by Paul Moreno. It should be a throw in now. That's a perk of a foreign goalkeeper. Good signing. Yeah, Anupam, there you see it. Ananul, I said, no, this is the link. I posted the link here a little earlier. This is the link that I posted. Just check in the chat, you'll find it. Um, Clearing their lines, but again, throw in for Inter Kashi. Don't know much about broadcasting, but it feels like very few camera angles, very few zoom shots. Yeah, honest, because you're restricted now. You're doing something. You now realize what a 20 plus camera shoot is and what a 10 camera shoot is. And I don't even know what they have in the back end, how they're producing it, what options does the producer have. All those things might not be there. So therefore, again, we're seeing a lot less replays, a lot less close shots. So all those things are missing. But again, for whatever we are, ball through. Inter Kashi lose the ball. Chance for FCC Goa to break, but Udanta plays it back to his keeper, Yatik Tiwari. Looking for one of his strikers. Cleared. Oh, and that might be a chance to break through. Nemil not with the clean pass to Dejan Drazic. And Campos clears. Ball back with Inter Kashi. Tomba. Captain Pardo. Probir plays it back to Narendra Gailot, who will play it back to Mr. Chandan. Sandeep Mandi plays it back to his keeper. Yeah, so sorry. Honest, those are, you will see that. But again, I still say, given the realities, I think so far, good broadcast. Probir, Moya, Barto, back to Moya, Petkevičius, Prashant, with the ball in the middle, cleared by Sandesh. Should be a throw in, yeah. Next to the Pizza Hut ad on the side. +38 minutes at the Fatorda. It's FC Goa nil and Inter Kashi nil. Tomba with a long ranger, but nowhere near the goal. Are there against F or by AIFF on things like aerial boards and beautification of stadium, or is it up to individual clubs? RS, there is a general manual put together by the clubs and the AIFF, but again, some of the stuff, again, this is match day one. You see the ad boards, they're put in a certain way. There are certain things like you might see a shot with at Indian Super League with the Instagram account, that all those are in certain positions. We don't see any branding inside the stadium, or maybe a chance for a counter. Petkevičius on the left plays it centrally to his captain. So therefore, there are guidelines and manuals to have a standardized look. But I feel you didn't have it in Kolkata and you didn't have it today. Inter Kashi lost the ball. Maybe chance for the Gauze to break. Drazic. Bryson. Bryson looking to play Nemel, but the keeper plays a long one out. So therefore, there are guidelines. But again, as you can see, we don't have the typical ISL branding on the periphery of the stadium, of the where the fans sit or stand. So therefore, those are certain things. Again, they've tried to reduce the cost overall. Throw in the Gauze. Sangwan to Moreno. Sangwan. Looks like a foul given. Is it Prashant? Let's see. No, Ruby Dash against Bryson Fernandez. Seems to be in pain. Young Bryson. Ruby Dash trying to do his job of taking care of his lines in the interest of his team. Free kick the Gauze from the left flank, played short to Paul Moreno. So build up by the Gauze. Not risking a lot. And throw in for Inter Kashi. Sandeep Mandi to take it. Looking for Moya, cleared by the Gauze. Headed on by Nemel. And then in the Galot. It's his keeper. Luis Taris Campos, who's shown in that one situation where Nemel had a shot that Hoguri is. Ooh, was beaten, but chance maybe on the other side. Prashant, Pardo, Moya. Ball for Probir. Probir, ooh, Nebel footed shot. And that should be a foul, no? Ryson goes down easily. Inter Kashi on the right. Inter Kashi, don't get it through. But at least earn a throw in. Inter Kashi, the better of the two teams so far. Govidash, take a shot, or is he going to take a longer throw in? But we're scouting for options. Gets the ball back. And Inter Kashi build up new. Ball into the box. Gets as far as Moya, but Moya can't control it. Boris. Boris Singh plays it back to Udanta. Sandesh. Paul Moreno. Spaniard looking for options. Plays it to Prachit Gaonkar. Long ball from Prachit, teasingly looking for Udanta, but it's with Luis Taris Campos. Last few seconds of the first session. It's goalless. Chance made for the Gauze to break. Udanta to Boris. Boris runs out with the ball. Will you watch Cricket World Cup? No, honestly, not interested in the sport. Rather than watching Winter Olympics, that's more of my interest. 2 minutes of added time. Throw in for the Gauze. The last 100 seconds officially in that first session. Goes building up. Moreno. Sandesh. Udanta. And Drazic, with his contact, plays it out. Sandeep Mani with the throw-in. Moya loses the ball with the Gauze now. Nemil. Ayush, Dejan Drazic looks for Udanta. And Udanta plays it dangerously in front of goal, but an easy collection for Luis Taris Campos. Yeah, too close to the goal from Udanta. But for once, FC Goa played fast, fit quick. Oh, at the other end, could be a chance. And that is the goal for Inter Kashi. It looks like Prashant K with the first ever goal for Inter Kashi in the history of the Indian Super League. Out of nowhere, in the second minute of added time, Inter Kashi deservingly take the lead at the den of the Gores at the Fatorda. Prashant. Good through ball. And Ritik is off his line. Despite being tall, Prashant chips it over him smartly. Akash Sangwan can't stop him. And suddenly, just before the break, Inter Kashi have the lead. Prashant puts his name into the history book for Inter Kashi. And could we be in for an upset in the second game of the season? It's halftime. Was that deflected? I'm not sure. Again, the angle's not the best. Therefore, I can't tell you, how it really went in. Yes, had an awkward trajectory, the ball. Yeah, Akash Sangwan knows he needed to have stopped Prashant from getting a shot off. And now the task for FC Goa becomes quite a bit tougher in the second 45 because Inter Kashi go with a 1-0 lead into the break. And if you've watched the first 45 or listened to me in the first 45, then you would know that it's a deserving 1-0 lead for Inter Kashi. They've been the better of the two teams, more adventurous, have tried more to attack, and one can see joyous Inter Kashi fans and dejected fans of FC Goa. And so therefore, we'll have to wait and see What changes does Manolo make in the second 45? Again, as much as Mohamed Nimel is a playing forward up front, I think you need someone who's an out and out striker. And on that front, I guess the question is, when does he bring on Ishan Pandita, or does he lose Daniel Lalimpuya as real strikers up front? And yeah, and they need to be a little bit more organized. Even in the middle of the park, you realize that in Ayush Chetri and Prachit Gaonkar, defensive midfield is nice to have, but there is that edge missing if a Bora Herrera, David Timur are not playing in there, or Ika Guruchena. So all of those are visible, and issues that Inter Kashi will have to solve. But now the Inter Kashi upset the Gauls with Prashant K. Yeah, at the moment at halftime, they are upsetting the Gauls. That's the right words to use. At this stage, we talk, it looks like we could be in for a huge, huge upset. Because if Inter Kashi, in their first ever match in the Indian Super League, can win away to the Gauls, in my opinion, that would be a sensational win. And that is honestly possible. Looking at the first 45, Inter Kashi, to me, the better of the two teams, better prepared, better set, and yeah, showcasing what a Habas team can play. And the Gauls need to, uh, you know, need to put their act together, and that will be interesting to see what they can do. Um, so therefore, the challenge is for FC Goa to, yeah, change track after the break. I'm really impressed with Inter Kashi gameplay, good ball rotation, numbers of attacks, maintaining the defense. Habas really shaped the team. Had we got him as national team coach during qualifiers. Anupam, again, the last part, I can only agree with you more than 100%, because Sinu Habas is a shrewd tactician, and a good coach, and yeah, and again, we know that he likes to play a more defensive style, a more defensive organization. But today you're seeing that he's keeping that defensive shape with his defenders, but he's also keeping his um, wingers on toes, that they make the attacks. Moya seems to be the free revolving attacking player who's doing good in my opinion. And on top of that, you've got especially Rohit Danu was the better of the two. But again, in the end, Prashant, in that right moment, is there, scores the goal, and after 45 plus 2, Inter Kashi, with their first ever goal in their first ever ISL match, take the lead against FC Goa, and will be very interesting to see. Another, Goa Stadium attendance drops drastically. What's the reason? Kumar, the the numbers of the Goas have been dropping for a while. I mean, this is not a surprise, uh, you know, and it is the way it is, and this has been a trend for the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, and to me is something which, again, if we like it or not, or like whatever you want to say, but to me it's very, very clearly evident that the love, the passion that the Goans had for the Goas, I don't know if it's gone or if it's lost. Whatever it is, there is something missing, right? And that's sadly a problem, because I thought the Goan fans had a very, very special relationship with FC Goa. Yeah, and that's the thing. Hi, Roshan. Just saw Duisburg got thrashed 6-1 by Wiesbaden. Oops. Okay, Wien Wiesbaden 6-1 against MSV Duisburg. Yeah, the Bundesliga can be in for surprises. And I'm just thinking of going to the Bundesliga, looking at the results. Bayern München leading 1-0 at Werder Bremen. Who else than Harry Kane with the goal? In the other games, Bayer Leverkusen leading 2-0 against St. Pauli. Two early goals from Bayer, an own goal from Messi, and then Patrick Schick And in the other game, which has a goal, Eintracht Frankfurt is leading 1-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Nathaniel Brown with the goal in that game. So those are some of the Bundesliga results on this Saturday afternoon. And meanwhile, in the FA Cup, West Ham needed extra time to beat Burton Albion. Wow, that's a big one. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens afterwards in those. But again, let's go back. Nice goal by Prashant. Yes, Roshan, very good, Prashant. Let's see. There's a replay of the goal. It looks, it looks like that it got a touch from Akash Sangwan. Okay. Do tactics matter in football because the individual quality is low, so are the players able to do certain things precisely, or do coaches just make a vague game plan and players do the rest? RS, there is a game plan, and they're showing just the substitutes. FC Goa have Lara Sharma, Salto Vora, Jerry Larenzola, Ishan Pandita, Renier Fernandez, Nimdo Jitamang, Ronnie Matsum Tulunga, and Abdul Rabe, while Shivam Das, David Humanes, Wayne Vas, Jayesh Rane, Karthik Panikar, Ashish Jha, Mohammed Asif, Nishul Kumar, and Sumit Pasi are on the bench for Inter Kashi. So, RS coaches have a specific plan, and if you can run by it, and in this case, it seems like they are doing that. To me, is very very clear and yeah, very very important, and um, so therefore, you can't blindly just play football and hope something happens. Deserved lead for Kashi, yes. I would say after the first 45, they had more of the chances, more the opportunities. They were more attacking minded, intended. The Gauze, no, no, there's not good enough so far. Did Goan clubs like Churchill used to get high attendance in I League pre 2014? No. Forget Churchill Brothers, you know, Dempo, Salgauka Sporting Club. I remember I once went to a Salgauka FC game. It was an I League opener. Um, 9 paying guests. So therefore, yeah, some of the reality. So to convince fans, and Goa, of course, is a very longish state, right? If you're in the north of Goa, will you make the 1.5 hour journey to the Fatorda, watch a game, and then this ends, let's say by 9:30, and then try to get home? Those are also some of the logistical issues that you have in Goa. Do you think there's a trade-off between match tickets and fan code subscription? Maybe fans come during season. But Roshan, I don't think so. Like the fan who wants to come to the stadium, he or she will make that effort. And if you're not interested, you will not come, right? So I don't think, I don't I don't believe there is something, but maybe there is. But I think this whole fan code thing is, as I said, is very very important that we as fans support fan code. That the fans get their um, yeah, match day pass, season pass, club pass, whatever pass it is, and we'll have to see. And here, 64 votes. Goa, Goa win. 64 votes. FC Goa have 72% that the Goas will win. 6% say a draw, and only 22% say that Inter Kashi will win. So that's an interesting one, and I think we'll keep an eye on that as well, on what happens. Hi Neil, welcome back. How did the clubs survive back then in I-League and NFL? Why were owners even pouring money back then when there was not even reliance on a huge private player? RS, it's the question of all questions. Why had people poured over a century money into football in India? I don't have an answer to it, to be very honest. They did. Why they did it? I think you have to look at each case individually and ask why someone did it, why someone didn't. And in this case, we should be thankful that people have been pouring in money over the last few decades. Otherwise, we wouldn't have Indian football, right? We would have Indian football of some form, but we wouldn't have what we've had. And that is something which I feel is very important to sort of remember, right? Right. So it's 1-0 or 0-1 in favor of Inter Kashi in their first ever match in the Indian Super League at FC Goa, which Yeah, match number 2. Maybe we could directly have an upset. And in the early game, Mohun Bagan Supergiant won 2-0 against Kerala Blasters. Mohun Bagan cruising for most of the game. In the last 10-15 minutes, the Blasters woke up and then caused a little bit of problems, but in the end, a deserving win for Mohun Bagan Supergiant. So therefore, that is that. 1 second. Let me just get this tweet out of the way. 1 second. Let me get this tweet out of the way and I will be back, guys. 1 second. Yeah. Missed the first half. Was the first half? Is it snowing Germany? It was here in UK today. To answer your second question, it has snowed a little bit. It's more sleet, Neil. I think you will get it. Little more sleet. It's 0 degrees. It could snow up tonight, tomorrow. And coming to the game, to me, FC Goa disappointing, not good enough. Inter Kashi, the better of the two teams. Alfred Plana's Moya, sort of their playmaker, very adventurous. Roy Danu on that left wing, also tried to create things in defense. The keeper, one situation where Luis Taris Campos had to step in and save a moment, good moment, never shot. Otherwise, Narendra Galot and Nishal Chandan doing a very, very good job as centre backs. Prabir Das and Sandeep Mundi doing both. Sandeep Mundi, both of them doing good on the wings. Sergio Lamas Pardo as captain, as well as Tomba Singh are keeping it together in the middle of the park. Prashant, yeah, scored a smart goal to give Inter Kashi the lead, and now there's Petkevikios still has to sort of, in my opinion, settle down. But had a few moments, so therefore, in that way, the lead has been deserving. And on the other side, the Gauze, yeah, Ritik Tiwari, yeah, had to make 2-3 saves, and the others also have to see what happens. Just saw the goal, good goal, yeah, good goal, Neil. And it looks like to me that Akash Sangwan, there was a bit of a contact. Okay, the Gore now entertaining the mascot, entertaining a small baby girl in the stands. Very nice, very cute photo out there. And again, it's again, Inter Kashi can be very happy, and it's a typical Habas organized team, but with a little bit more attacking intent. That is what I would call it now, and it will be interesting to see Prachit Gaonkar coming back with Gaurav Mangi Singh. Interesting to see if it'll remain sane or if there's going to be any change in the lineup of FC Goa. But would like to see one of the strikers come on. Now, do you think fans would have come in numbers in the last 10 years if the stadium were football specific? I mean, Kerala SSC was filled to the brim despite not being one. I feel it's a bit restraining. Anupam, to me, honestly, you know, um, a football specific stadium doesn't make much of a difference, I feel. Again, my personal feeling. But it is what it is. I would always say that um, if you had a football specific stadium, that would be, in my opinion, a bonus. But do you have to have one? I don't think so, if you ask me that way. So if you had one, it is good. It's like the Mumbai Football Arena. You know, so let's wait and see. When is the last day the ISL will run No. Neil, it is supposed to end on the 17th of May. It might be extended maybe by a week to the 24th, but I don't see it extending further because the Indian football season, unlike the one in Europe, in India, it ends on the 31st of May. So all the contracts with the players and all that stuff, as we have a kickoff by referee Crystal John, is by that date. So therefore, yeah, I guess 24th is the last date, potentially, if not 17th. And yeah, it looks like no substitutions announced. Ooh, chance for a counter. Prashant, but dispossessed by Akash. Inter Kashi win the ball back. Prachit has gone off. And he's replaced by Abdul Rabe. So a little bit more attacking intent, I guess. Interesting. From FC Goa. Have to do more, very, very clearly, in my opinion. Otherwise, it would be a problem for them. Petkevikius plays it across to his captain. Moya plays it to Prabir. Prabir Das with a chance maybe to cross. Plays it nicely to Moya. Dispossessed by Paul Moreno. Very important. Oh. Bryson. Dejan Drazic. And free kick. Inter Kashi seems hungry good. Anupam, they look really good. I'm impressed. I am really, really impressed with what Inter Kashi have played so far. Because this is, of course, yes, the foreigners are there now. It's a totally different team than what Inter Kashi played in the Super Cup. And Goa beat them 3-0. Again, Goa is a different team because the foreigners are not there. So therefore, this plus minus of foreigners makes a massive difference. So let's see if the Goas can pick it up. The Goas on the right. Udanta. Mistake. And interesting to see if Inter Kashi continue to play. They have. That's a nice ball. Moreno in the way. Prashant once more moving into the middle. Ayush Chetri. Ayush under pressure from Tomba. Abdul Rabe. And it keeps it. Bryson. Bryson on the left. Bryson on the left. Akash Sangwan plays it, loses the ball. Inter Kashi win the ball back. Prashant. Prashant looking for Petkevikius, who loses the ball to Moreno. Yeah, Paul Moreno makes a difference at the back. Boris. Udanta cleared. Back with Inter Kashi. Throw in Inter Kashi. Yeah, the Gauls have to change something because this way, this will not work for them. It's not working for them. Have to do more. The Gauls win the ball. Ayush looking for Akash, but Probir Dash plays it to Prashant, who backheels it to Nas Moya against Moreno. Inter Kashi bench, Abhijit Mondol, Arundam Bhattacharya in there as well. The two former goalkeepers. Abhijit Mondal, of course, long-time goalkeeper at at Dempo. When they were very successful, winning 5 titles. Petkevikius. Oh. Prashant. Moya was offside. Leaves the ball. Akash Sangwan. Looking for Bryson. Cleared by Narendra. Takashi showing a lot of spirit here. Abdul Rabi. No, Nemel, sorry. Against Tomba. Dejan Drazic plays it out to Abdul Rabe. Abdul Rabe. Abdul Rabe. There's too much. Namas. Back with the Gors. Inter Kashi looks solid. Yeah, they look really, really good from what I'm seeing today. I'm liking that. But go out again with the ball. Put forward. Cross from the right, maybe from Abdul Rabe. Takes too much of time. Allows Inter Kashi to regroup. FC Goa win the ball. Boris. Blocked. Cleared. All players in the final third of Inter Kashi now. Sandesh Chingan. Paul Moreno. Ayush. Abdul Rabe plays it back. Between a small little foul. Moreno. Bryson. Should be a foul given against Prashant. Prashant not happy. Yeah. Steps on the back of the heels. That hurts. Free kick for the Gauls from the left. Can they create maybe something from the dead ball situation? You've got a Dejan Drazic in there. You've got Sandesh in there. Paul Moreno in there. So you've got a little bit of height. 52 minutes nearly played. Free kick, FC Goa from the left. Short one. Played back to Drazic. Drazic in the danger zone. But ball easily collected by Luis Tadis Campos. Long goal kick. And Inter Kashi earn a throw-in. 52 plus minutes. Everybody's favorite referees officiating now. Yeah, Crystal John. He's done everything right so far. Ball played forward. Petkevicius against Sandesh. An offside given against the striker from Lithuania. The Gauls win the ball back once. Bryson plays it out to Sangwan. Sangwan with the cross, cleared by Narendra. And the Galot throw in to the Gauls. Maybe a chance for Inter Kashi to break. Prashant beats his man. Maybe a chance now. Prashant and dispossessed by Boris. Took too much of time. Goa slowing the game for no reason, losing the ball. Yeah, but, because you don't have that ball playing player in the Goa's team at the moment. No? That's hurting them, from what I understand. Or what I feel, sorry, not understand, what I feel, I would say. Corner cleared. Udanta now playing in a holding midfield position. Who would have thought that Udanta Singh would be a number 6, but being forced into that position. Ball there. Moya beats one, beats two, beats one, beats two. Moreno. Ooh. Akasangwa not alert. Another corner for Inter Kashi. And this feels like if Inter Kashi by any chance can score a second goal, it most probably would be over. A second goal somehow for Inter Kashi. And there is no way back for the goals in this encounter. Corner to be taken by Sergio Lamas Pardo. That's a good corner. That's a good header, and that's a brilliant save from Ritik Tiwari, I think. I think Moya with the header, if I'm not wrong. I would love to see a replay of that one. But again, the next corner is getting already ready. Corner stop by the linesman. Great corner. Headed. Out. Boris Singh in place of his keeper. Sorry, Ritik Tiwari was beaten. Third corner for Inter Kashi. 57th minute. Lamas to take the corner. That's another good one. Cleared by Sandesh. Inter Kashi win the ball back. Lamas. Tomba. The Gauls need to clear their lines. They do. It's back with Inter Kashi. And there's a man who's gone down. Nishal Chandan. Experienced centre back. So banged his head. Goal kick for the Gores. They clear. Throw in FC Goa. My goodness, Mountain scored against FC Goa first goal of season. Wow, proud. Yeah. Goes get the ball back, but lose it again, win it again. Dejan Drazic. Dejan Drazic plays it to Akash Sangwan. Can't keep it in. Mexico clearing their lines. Not clearing it properly. Ayush, Udanta. Udanta with an attempt. And a second helping for Luis Taris Campos. Good attempt by Udanta. Udanta with his right foot. Yeah, the ball is curling a little bit here and there, making it dangerous. But not too dangerous. Now the question is, can the Gores come back? Too much of a touch for Mohamed Nemel. Takashi playing like a typical Havas team. Coolness, experience. Long goal kick by the keeper. Cleared by Sandesh. Abdul Rabe. Abdul Rabe loses the ball to Moya. Fred Planas Moya. And the ball goes back to the keeper. And nicely played by Inter Kashi. Rohit I haven't seen much of him in that second 45 or rather. And Sahil Tavora coming on. Boris Singh coming off. Meaning Udanta goes as right back and Sahil Tavora will come into the heart of midfield. Interesting. Yeah, Manolo still trying to find that combination. The right team for himself. And someone down. Is that Mr. Chandan? Looks like it, no? Can't recognize who is on the ground. Hmm. 61 plus minutes played. FC Goa 0. Inter Kashi 1. Are we heading in the second match on the first match day? This is how I wanted to say it. Into a possible upset. And Mr. Chandan, substitution being called on. Is it with his legs or is it with his head? Can't see it properly. And RS, we were talking a little earlier about things. This is an example of, in the past, you could see it, watch without listening to the commentary, watch and then recognize something. Again, we don't have those close-ups. Takashi, now the defense is a little exposed. Shot attempt. Bryson! But a foul given earlier. Ooh, that was the chance for FC Goa. But it looks like there was a foul given earlier. And let's see that. What did we see? Is it foul or was it offside? David Humanes and Wayne Was. And it is Nauris Petkevicius coming off, as well as Nischal Chandan. So David Humanes comes in. And Nischal Chandan doesn't look good enough. Wayne Was, experienced Goan. Humanes slots in at the back. I guess Moya moves up one position and will take the number 9. +63 minutes. FC Goa 0. Inter Kashi 1. Paul Moreno clears his lines. Humanes clears it for a throw-in. Should give a little bit more stability at the back at Inter Kashi. David Humanes and then the Galot now at the back. Sandesh, Udanta. Looking for one of the attackers. Has to be careful. Played back to Ritik Tiwari. Paul Moreno. Looking for Dejan Drazic. Ayush Chetri. Udanta. Plays it to Sahil Tavora, who plays it across to Akash Sangwan. Back to Moreno. Sahil Tavora. Sandesh. Ball played forward for Abdul Rabe, but that goes out. Throw in for Inter Kashi. Abdul Rabe been in for 20 minutes, not made a really an impact on that wing. Thought that the combo of Udanta and Boris was more impactful. Throw in Inter Kashi on the left. 65 plus minutes. And there's someone down now for Inter Kashi again. Oh, Sandeshingen coming across. It seems like Tomba. Sandesh having a word with Crystal John, but Tomba seems to have cramps. Let's see, or was it something else? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. These cramps is something that we'll see a lot this season. And also there, a substitution for Inter Kashi. Sumit Pasi and Ashish Jha getting themselves ready. Throw in. Sir, commentary is insane, crazy, real vibe commentator. Thanks, Shanlata. Again, it's something which I've done in the past. Kashi is on fire so far. So that they've been the better of the two teams. Deservingly leading 1-0, one has to say. And Roshan, when, which, what, when? Hey, Rushabh, welcome. Oh, that might be a dangerous thing. Goa needs to clear their lines. Yes, they do. All going this way, that way. Sandesh with a high clearance. Humanes. Ooh. All over the. Ooh, that is a harsh foul. From Venvas. Drazic. Udanta. Moreno. When did Sumit Pasi played last time in ISL? When he was with East Bengal under Stephen Constantine. Not bad, the Costas commentary. Yeah, Rushabh, I mean, the commentators have been the same as last year and the podcast overall. Yeah, Mohammed Asif, sorry, not Ashish. Ashish Shah, Mohammed Asif and Sumit Pasi coming on. Tomba Singh off. And Prashant. Interesting. I did remember you say now it's common to have good quality cameras across all sports, unlike the early days. Yeah, Rushabh. In the past, it used to be a huge problem, and nowadays, again, the camera is not your problem. You see what you see today is clearly, a certain lack of replays, a certain lack of close shots in certain situations, which we are used to from the Indian Super League. Because again, you're using much less cameras. You're using less computers to get those viral clips and all that stuff. Let's see. So Goa with the ball. Inter Kashi dropping a little too deep in my opinion. Need to do more. The Goas. Drazic on the left. Dejan Drazic. Dejan Drazic looking for that shot attempt. Dejan Drazic! And just misses the target. Best attempt from Drazic so far. Patauda continues its tradition of low attendance, whether the 90s or 2026. Uchit, yes, but they did have a time under these gauze where they used to get 10, 12, 15,000. I mean, even, you know, 2 years ago. That legendary match against Mumbai City had quite a good attendance, which Mumbai City, the 3-2 comeback. So therefore, yeah, could be there. 70 minutes now played. Still the Gauze 0-1 behind against Inter Kashi. Are we heading for a huge upset here on the opening day of the Indian Super League? Looks like it at the moment. So therefore, let's wait and see. Moya against Sandesh. Can't get past Abdul Rabe with the ball. Has to shield it. Wins a free kick. And those of you who are watching, if you're liking this watch along, do leave a like, share behind. I haven't decided, but I think tomorrow I'll do the evening encounter SC Delhi versus Bangalore FC. So therefore, keep watching, keep supporting. Sandesh Jingan to Sal Tabora. Paul Moreno. Tabora. Rabe, Tabora, Sandesh. And there's a substitute ready for FC Goa. Rainier Fernandez. New creativity. Ayush Chetri. Ayush Chetri chipping for Dejan Razic, who keeps it in. Nice, tries to play it in directly. But Probidash clears for a corner. Inter Kashi living a little dangerous at the moment. Goa having some, what could I call, half chances. Corner, Drazic plays it to Chetri, gets it back. Dejan Drazic puts it into the danger of Sandesh Jingan with the header. Providas can't clear it cleanly. Okay. Ayush Chetri out, Renier Fernandez in. Okay, now we have a different scoreboard or a substitution board. We had the electronic one and now we had the old-fashioned hand one. Interesting. Respect the team, but still SC results deteriorated last night. So good performance and good at Super Cup, then results ASL tour now losing to Inter Kashi. SC needs to come back stronger. Yeah, but all these matches, your tournaments you're comparing, you can't compare. This is a different FC Goa. Yeah, Drazic against wins a free kick against Sergio Lamas. The Kashi struggling, yeah. But it's 72 minutes and FC Goa pushing clearly. Kashi needs more to get out. Yeah, Kashi cannot now defend for the rest of the game. Again, they could, maybe, who knows. But to me, I think they need to try and create something. Haven't created anything in the recent past. Drazic on that left flank. Back to Renier. Counter-attacking move. Oh, that's a big... What does Inter Kashi do? There are two players in front of the goal. Moya. Inter Kashi win the ball. Win Vas. What is that? This is weird. Abdul Rabe. Still charging. 60 to 40% ball possession. And 7 to 5 shots. And 5-5 on targets. This means Inter Kashi. Oh, that is lovely. Dejan Drazic! And what a save from Luis Taris Campos. So every shot that Inter Kashi has attempted has gone towards the goal. Interesting. Mohamed Nemel. Paul Moreno. Renier Fernandez. Sandesh Chingan. Udanta. Sandesh. Yeah, not written, but this also includes less game time, new justice codes, so definitely that factor. Yeah, exactly. A drinks break. Yeah, yeah. It's happening a little later. Uh, it's already 75 minutes. And Luis Taris Campos. Drinks break is fine. Come on. It's hot. It's humid in Goa. Again, maybe not for Indian standards, but so therefore drinks break is there. Inter Kashi goalkeeper scored goals from Luis Taris Campos. Done very, very well. And without him, who knows? Maybe Inter Kashi would have conceded a goal. But Inter Kashi now need to do more. Need to get out of that defensive shell. Need to maybe create counter-attacking opportunities for themselves, because otherwise, who knows? Maybe FC Goa still has some life left in them. Yeah. And yeah, that's where we are. What's the watching for this match in YouTube? At the moment, it's actually the highest. It's 1,438. Most of the match, it's been around 1,000. I think a lot of Indian football fans don't even know that, or who live abroad, that you have the option of watching the Indian Super League on fan code. So maybe that might be sort of an issue of people not knowing that that is actually available. Interesting to see what both teams do. Bad for FC Goa, not happy for them, but still big thing to beat FC Goa in Goa. Well done, Kashi. Shamlata, it's not done yet, right? So therefore, beating them, there's not everything. Keep all of that in your head and talk about it once it's done. Takashi, nice interception. Chance for a counter. Moya on the right. Moya waiting for an overlapping player. Ball goes out wide. Ball into the danger zone. And Ritik Tiwari spills the ball against, I think, Sumit Pasi. And now that damage shot blocked by Bryson would have been goal. Okay. Drazic. Inter Kashi with a foreign goal, rare side in football, initial days of ISL and Limbo and I League. That's what they call African goalies in NFL I League days. Yeah, that's very true. Very true, Ochut. And yeah, just chance. Sorry, but not even a chance to beat them. Yeah, its stamina is a problem for Kashi. It looks like it. I know it deserved at that point. I don't think so. I still think that Inter Kashi deserve a little bit more than FC Goa, but it looks like that the goal, it could be coming. But Luis Taris Campos again with the collection. Calm and cool, the keeper, right? In these kind of situations, a lot of Indian goalkeepers would have just tried to punch the ball, but he goes up and collects it. Asif. Have to be careful. Galot to his keeper. Oh, the keeper. Oh, is that a penalty? I think it's a penalty. And it's a red card. What is Luis Taris Campos doing? He doesn't know what has happened. Let's see this again. What does he do? Pulls him down. Ooh, 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 ooh. He's asking for a foul on him. Difficult. Difficult. Let's see once again. He goes. Yeah, he falls on Mohamed Nemel, clearly, and that's a foul. But the angle is bad. Is there a foul earlier from Mohamed Nemel? Just as you complete the goalkeeper makes this, yeah. But there's no VR. So again, there's no point of discussion. Shubham Das getting ready. Um, as difficult as it is. Yeah. Mm. Double jeopardy pen was enough, in my opinion. No need of it. Again, Neil, it's not about what your opinion is or my opinion is. Again, if you are denying someone um, a goal scoring opportunity, that is a red card according to the logic. And but the problem here is, to me, is which is not visible from that angle. Um, is there earlier a contact between Nemel and the keeper before the keeper hits him? We needed VR. Anupam, we've had so many things with VR and problems this season that I don't wanna in Europe that I don't, and with the VR, if we with the cameras we have at the moment and the angles we have at the moment, I think it's not clearly able to say what happened. X, yeah. Of course he held, but the question is there before that a contact from Nemel on the keeper or not? That is to me not clear. The second impact, surely, is there an impact before that? Dejan Razic standing there. And Shubham Das has come on for Rohit Danu. Shubham, of course, has played in the season, and of course, likely to play in the next game with Luis Tadis Campos, at least missing 2, if not 3 matches. Shubham Das against Dejan Drazic. Can Drazic equalize for the Gauze? We are in the 84th minute. Big opportunity for the Gauze to at least get a point in this game. Dejan Drazic. Dejan Drazic! It's 1-1. The Gauze equalize. And now, I guess it will be a fight for Inter Kashi to keep this point. Drazic into the corner, and the Gauze equalize against Inter Kashi. Crystal, John, 1 second. Let's see. It looks awkward. It looks like Nemel jumps into the keeper. Huh? Shubham Das. Let's see the penalty from. It's a good jump from Shubham Das, but Krishna John season debut match kuch na kuch balatkar to hona hi tha, says Shubham. Yeah, but difficult, in my opinion, can be given. But the question is there an earlier contact from Mohamed Nemel, which we can't see? So therefore, that goes out of the window, and therefore then clear contact from the keeper. The Gauze now in attack. Abdul Rabe slips. That's a foul on Wayne Vass. 85th minute or 85 minutes now complete. We want to get 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes of added time. It took one silly mistake, not a deserved by Goa or deserved goal. Yeah, I think Neil, that would be my feeling too. And one of the best from Inter Kashi doing that mistake or huge blunder could cost them a historic debut in the ISL. But Goa were coming in the last 15, 20 minutes. Inter Kashi seemed to be, or not seemed to be, look to be tired now, look to be tiring. And the Gauls have something to add to that. Let's see what they can do. Rabe, Udanta, plays it across to Paul Moreno. Sangwan. Akash Sangwan crosses it, header. From Mohamed Nemel. Interesting to see that Manolo isn't playing Ishan Pandita or Daniel Lalempuya. He's not bringing on a big, tall Indian striker. All over Inter Kashi clearing their lines. But the Gauls have the ball back. There's a lot of running for Inter Kashi. One man down. Drazic plays it across for Rabe, who plays a double pass, cleared the lines. Abdul Rabe with a cross, cleared by David Humanes. Throw in the Gauls. Udanta. Renier. Back to Renier. Dangerous area. Ooh. Chested down by Probir Das. Sure, has the ball. Unada, when the green and it was FIFA the timeout rules. Anupam, let's wait and see. Green cards have been discussed or blue cards have been discussed multiple times over the years. Nothing has been stalled and timeout. Let's see. Ishan Pandita coming on for Mohamed Nemel. 2 minutes to go. Ishan Pandita with his FC Goa comeback. The former India international. Anupam, that's hard. Bench warmer returns. Super sub. Who knows? This is now Ishan Pandita time. Maybe Ishan can score. Paul Moreno. Drazic beats his marker. Sets up Taltamora. Sumit Pasi. Oh, Moya. Lovely little trick, but he's on his own. Plays it back. And that's a long ball. FC Goa have the ball. No one to support Moya. It's Pandita time, yeah. Last few seconds left, and can Inter Kashi survive? That's the big question now. Manolo smelled blood. Will want to now take the 3 points if possible. Shubham Das, 8 minutes of added time. Inter Kashi on the left. Maybe one final chance for the underdogs, no? And the Gauls have the ball back. Paul Moreno. Dejan Drazic. Renier. Sahil. Paul Moreno. Ball out to Udanta. That's a long ball. Shubham Das flies under the ball. Cleared. But Paul Moreno now with the ball. Renier. Akash. Back to Renier. Renier is going to put it into the danger zone. Yeah. He does it. Abdul Rabe. No, cleared by Sandeep Mandi. Moya. It's just clearance now for Inter Kashi. Somehow to keep the point. Sahil Tavora across to Renier. And that should be a corner for FC Goa. Kashi's sitting there, corner. Yeah, it's Kashi's tired. Kashi's very tired, and then now a man down. But you can also see Dejan Drazic stretching his legs to play in this heat, in this humidity in Goa, even in Feb, is demanding. Drazic with the ball into the danger zone. Paul Moreno with the header. Shubham Das. Can they clear it somehow? Inter Kashi living dangerously. As Anupam says, lucky, very, very lucky. But there's a man down in the box. Let's see. Let's see the situation. There was an elbow against Sandeep Mandi from Paul Moreno. And let's not talk about goalkeeping from a Kashi perspective today. So I missed the cut thing. What exactly happened? Siddharth, the goalkeeper, Luis Taris Campos, didn't immediately clear a back pass, and that gave the opportunity for Mohamed Nemir to charge at him. Mohamed Nemir took the ball away actually from him, and then the keeper fouled the player, and that led to the penalty and the red card. Another corner for the Gauls. Nearly 94 minutes played. Inter Kashi, can they pick up their first ever point on their first match day in the Indian Super League? We were talking about historic win, but now with the red card, with the tiredness, it is all about survival for Inter Kashi. Ball comes in once again. Paul Moreno header. Inter Kashi clear their lines, but there is no one. Throw into the Gauls, 94 plus minutes. Moreno. Sandesh. Udanta. Udanta moving up. He's got space. Plays it out to Rabe. Back to Udanta. Udanta loses the ball. Maybe a chance for Inter Kashi to break. Abdul Rabe with a foul. Utterly useless. Good streaming, by the way. I think for next season, everything going to be okay. Ganga, nobody is talking about the next season. Let's see how we get. The streaming had its issues in the first game. Now in the second game, it seems to be all much better. So let's wait and see what happens. Free kick, Inter Kashi, which will be taken by the keeper. Yeah, very good free kick earned and a lot of time run down by Inter Kashi. David Humanes also has heavy strappings to his hand. Shubham Das. Wasted free kick. Goal kick to the gauze. Ritik, Paul Moreno, Akash. Rainier Fernandez. Inter Kashi win the ball for once, lose the ball for once, they win it back. Oh, Sergio Lamas Pardo, that was not smart. Loses the ball. Drazic has it. Humanes clears it. Takashi all over the place at the moment. Asif clears the ball. 96 plus minutes. Moreno. Akash, Drazic, Akash. Akash into the danger zone. That's a header from not Ishan Pandita, but Rene Fernandez. Yeah, Neil, good cross. Renier couldn't time his run to perfection. And Sergio Lamas Pardo earning a few seconds for his team. Goal kick, Inter Kashi, 97 plus minutes. Should be the last few seconds. Throw in FC Goa. Abbas tense. Abbas knows that they missed a big chance to win it big today. Goa into the box, cleared by Kashi. Moya. Moya loses the ball again. Rabe on the right. Throw in for FC Goa. Abdul Rabe. Not Udan, that's Sandesh. Abdul Rabe. Yeah, Sandesh thinking, should I go up? No, drops back. Udanta with the ball. Ooh, there were two people empty at the back. And that's the final whistle. FC Goa hold a 10-man Inter Kashi to a 1-1 draw. Inter Kashi get a historic first point on debut in the Indian Super League and deservingly do so. The match shows us Inter Kashi has potential, but Inter Kashi will have to work on their fitness because they're not ready to play 90 minutes of football. And the Gauze will need time to settle down, I think, because there was something missing. And they'll have to get their strikers, be it Ishan Pandit or someone else, ready as well. Dejan Drazic is their key man. Let's see. And Anupo says, can Odisha FC pull out of Arsenal now and replace them? No. Anupo, Odisha FC today announced their squad. They've announced their coach. They've announced assistant. I don't know why this conversation about Odisha FC pulling out is still continuing. Yeah, I know there is a ground problem. There is an issue there which still hasn't been solved. But Odisha FC, as I speak to you at this moment in time, Odisha Football Club is part of the 2025-2026 Indian Super League season. Harry Kane was these, better game compared to first game. I mean, overall, maybe yes, Neil, but the first game was a little too one-sided. But again, towards the end, the Blasters actually gave them a fight. But yes, I would say overall this was a better game than the first one, if you ask me. Yeah, that can be said. One second, let me just put out a tweet. Sorry. Right, sorry. So my tweet is out. First game was better in second half only. Man. Inter Kashi have point to go on platter. Did they give it to the platter or not? That's worth a conversation. The goalkeeper surely did a mistake, and I remember Roshan mentioned it. At that time, it was that um, Goa was getting better in the end. Yeah, maybe can be seen this way, that way. Therefore, that's something that can be mentioned. No spicy this season. Yeah, what do you think with the ref decision? Someone, if you give it if you give it as a penalty, you are uh, stopping a chance to score a goal. Then it is a red. My question is, I haven't seen an angle because I maybe there is an earlier contact from Nemil on the keeper, which I don't see. But yeah, but I can't see it, therefore I can't mention it, and therefore for me that is something which could be. But if you are giving the penalty, then the red card is justified. Can Inter Kashi win ISL in first season based on your position today? Ellis, no. If According to today's observations, if they don't, they would have to physically be better. That is one. They have a problem in the next few matches because their keeper is out at least 2 matches, and Mohun Bagan was way stronger than that. So from that perspective, Mohun Bagan are yeah. Fan could to improve the commentary. Okay, I don't know where they can go pro commentary. The same commentators as last season. So where do you improve the commentary? Would be my question to you. Right. Those of you who are watching, who haven't, if you're liking what we're talking about, this, that, everything, like, share, subscribe, arunfoot here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I at least did with the two live um, streams and live watch-alongs. The first one, of course, Mohun Bagan versus Kerala Blasters, where Mohun Bagan won 2-0. And the second one, FC Goa drawing Inter Kashi 1-1. Upset to me. And yeah, that's that. Can Inter Kashi go to CAS again? It's this decision, or they will go to AIFF committee first? Jokes aside, good game and good night. Yeah, I know. Therefore, I couldn't clearly see it. And if the second action was surely there, and but again, Kumar, bye. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining in tomorrow. The idea is to do the second game. Yeah, my plan was to do the second match of the day. Hope that there will be mm, Bangalore FC versus Sporting Club Delhi with the debut of Sporting Club Delhi. So tomorrow evening, 7:30 was my idea to do another watch along. So do join me then. Let's enjoy our football, and I will catch you tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.